Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. Black heart, black mind, black. And again, hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Check this out. Um, we've talked about the game being rigged before. I've mentioned it, and I'm gonna give a shout out to LAR Movement and LOM Line of MGTOW for really covering how the game is rigged. They've done quite a good job of doing that. Now, they're not the only ones that have done even a good job. They're the ones I can remember right now in my sleep deprived and somewhat forgetful state the most clearly for doing that. Because they're very good at pointing they're very good at picking out any double standards that women have. Now, also, Alan Edward Anderson is quite good for that. Oh, he does a really good job of pulling out picking their double standards apart. Now, this being said, Jaye De Black is the one I need to give a shout out to right now, specifically for the video to which I will refer. And that is the video in which a lady is sitting up with apparently too much cleavage showing on a chest that she had some work done on, and complaining into the camera because 5 guys have ignored her. She goes into, what are they, GAY, what's wrong? Look at me. And let me just tell y'all straight, gentlemen, this is good. This is a start. Those 5 guys that we never saw that she's cursing the uck fout are exactly who we need to, they're the ones who we need to follow in this regard. You've had work done on you. You get ignored. Great. See, I also want to slap Gavin McInnes in the face, figuratively speaking, because he's talked about men needing to go back to being more traditional and hornier and more full of testosterone. And I want to say to Gavin, how about you fuck the shuck up, bruh? Because it's not needed. It's exactly that attitude that degenerated into what the F we're facing right now. We currently, at this point, are facing a situation in which the game even could be rigged and was rigged because what we men made it too easy. First sexually, then non-sexually. Now, some say, well, it's not a mistake to offer them the dingling. It's a mistake to offer them all the commitment. It's a mistake to offer the dingling without a commitment. There's a reason that God put the rules of chastity down for both genders. Either one. Because while men can separate sex from attachment, men can also become attached. It could go either way. Depends on the man, depends on the woman too. It depends on what the man knows he has to do. Even if a man can maintain his logic and his rationale and not become a fool, and most men can avoid becoming completely foolish, men can still be lulled into a sense of security because her box is good and she behaves trustworthy in other areas and may actually be. So that he could be lulled into a deserved sense of security. But he could also be lulled into a false sense of security. Because the box is good and she behaves trustworthy in other areas. But then some ladies don't know what they're going to do to a man until he trusts her. There are a lot of ladies out there that have done stuff to men that they didn't know they were going to do. They just made the decision to do it when they saw that man trusted them. Never thought of it before. Hell, shout out to Morpheus of the base Pluto. He actually put up a photograph. And there's a screenshot of a woman's tweets 6 years apart. One praising men that show vulnerability and emotion, and the other one expressing disdain and amusement at men that show vulnerability and emotion. Same tweeter, 6 years apart. So this means that either she lied the first time or she really thought that's how she was going to be, and then 6 years later she's experienced that and has looked down on men for doing it. And I gotta say, look, that to me tells me, that to us actually shows that many of them don't even know how they're going to double cross a trusting man till he trusts her. They weren't planning on it before. But in any case, this woman is complaining, goes into calling him GAY. Gentlemen, this shows you the game is rigged because, see, when these men do exactly what the hell feminists have told men to do for the past 5 decades, even more. Leave us alone, don't objectify us, leave us be. These men did it, and now they're GAY. Do you think this woman really wanted 5 guys at the same time? She may have wanted 5 guys of her choosing, but you think she wanted 5 guys that happen to be friends at the same time with each other? No. She wanted the attention, not the men. So men, understand this. Your attention is worth more than what you ever thought it was. Maybe you're not wanted by many women, but your attention doggone sure is, because that's necessary before they can extract all the other non-sexual things they may want from you, or sexual things they may want from you. Withhold your attention, gentlemen. Stop going on these OnlyFans thoughts pages. Stop going on these Instagram thoughts pages. Stop complimenting these broads when they take these provocative photographs. Oh, you're beautiful, you're a guy. Man, fuck the shuck up, ninja. She don't respect you, but she needs the attention. And ain't got to do nothing to get it but take something off and pose. Oop stash, ninja. And tell your boys to stop this stuff. You validate her, she invalidates you. Yet she gets a high. Yet she gets ruined from the attention. The attention has all the negative effects on her and none of the positive effects for you. Now her head's up on cloud 9. Stop validating them. In all honesty, one of the reasons why these broads think that they can be a 5 and get an 8. Hell, be a 5 and deserve an 8. Hell, why they feel that they're entitled to an 8 only if they're a 5. One of the reasons that they think, and that even some of these men think it's okay to depict someone that looks like Leslie Jones, nothing against her acting talent, but depict someone that looks like her drugging and raping a prince. Looking sharp as Eddie Murphy can look when he grooms himself. I mean, I wouldn't marry the guy, but I'm saying when he grooms himself, he can at least look sharp. You would at least look and say, why are you with Leslie Jones, bruh? But it can be put in a movie like this is because we got these dumb ninjas out here paying every woman attention. The thirst is not a problem. That's normal. Men and women have thirst. But it is this overexuberance and abundance of ease that men grant these ladies. I'm here whenever you're ready. She's never going to be ready in that case. And this is why the game even can be rigged. Listen to what Gavin McGinnis tells men to do and do the opposite. He's like, pursue women. Man, shock that fit. They want gender equality. They know how they can get us. They've never explained how to get them. So how about you fuck the shuck up, Gavin, and go back to them and say to them, look, you wanted equality. Go out there and approach the man. Because you men already, we men understand already. You flirt and it's over. See, your attention is valuable. But you have to withhold it and give it only on your terms in order for anything else you want to be valuable. You can't negotiate using something that you've already made free. You can't negotiate for that. And truth be told, if you've walked around and given it for free, you're not going to be able to sell it. Because I'll tell you straight up, usually, if something's free and everybody else been able to come up and take it for free, and I walk up and someone says to me, oh, no, Black mind, you have to pay, I pull out a weapon. Now, I'm not saying that I'd rape a woman that does that, per se. I'm not saying I would do that. No, absolutely not. But the reason that I would not do that is not the reason she would agree with me not doing it. No, I wouldn't, but it's not because of anything she'd agree with. Not at all. It's not because I believe she's too good for it, and it's not that. It's actually because I believe that's better than what she might deserve. You value yourself. And most of you listening know to do this, and that's good. But we got to spread the message to cats who don't know, especially the young men. Value yourself. Some cats have never been taught, a lot of guys have never been taught this. Then when puberty hits and the hormones come into play, it's too late at that point for many of them. But you put this into the minds of young cats, and then when puberty does hit, it becomes responsible for their growth and development. It does not rule them. I'm not saying the hormones have no effect, but they're not ruled by them. And since they will not be ruled by them when they're young, they will not be ruled by the decreased amount of hormones when they get older. Because I could tell you straight, in all honesty, the thing we've done wrong is that we've allowed testosterone to work for little girls who don't deserve it, who never grow up, far better than it's ever worked for men. That's where the issue comes in. And that's the problem, and that's been our mistake. We've made certain things too easy. And don't say that's what testosterone forces you to do. It can influence you to do that if you don't know any better. But the brain still is the one that is the most responsible. And so this is what we got to put into the brains of these young cats, young boys, before they grow into young men. This is something we're going to have to put into their minds. It gets into the brain. If it's there, okay, yeah. Hormones will do their job, but they'll do their job. They won't run the show. Because it's not like these overgrown girls don't have hormones of their own. It's just, in all honesty, they don't even listen to these hormones until the worst ninja is standing in front of them. Then they'll listen at that point. So some of us sit up and say, well, they're listening. That's why they're picking who they're picking. No, not necessarily, because there's no natural cause for hybristophilia. Naturally, they just want a man that's not a punk and a pushover and will defend. But there's no natural reason that they want a dude that's going to exhibit antisocial behaviors. Naturally speaking, they would fear that too. What happens is that they will turn around and not listen to their hormones when it's a decent guy in front of them because he's decent. See, I live in a country where you really want to know the truth. Oh, these young broads, they're horny. But they ain't going to listen to their hormones and just screw some dude they don't know in the back of a car. These dudes here got hormones. A lot of them don't want to do stuff like that. Believe it or not, a lot of these cats, they would rather get married. They don't really want to fornicate. They want to get married. If you really want to know the truth. So that's because the hormones do the job, but they don't run the show. They don't turn a human being into a lesser being. But since we thought that that's what they do, we've turned around and given the game up. Made it too easy for them. And now it's still a game, but now it's rigged to our disfavor. And you'll know because you see when she doesn't get approached, it's men's fault. When she gets approached by men she doesn't like, it's men's fault. When she finally gets approached by a guy she wants, it's her credit. To her credit. She can brag about that. But if she can't get approached from the men she wants, oh, that's only men's fault. Same for you. You get hurt by a bunch of different women, it's your fault. A woman telling you that it's your fault gets hurt by a bunch of different men, it's your fault. And if she got hurt by these men before you ever met her, it's still your fault. Blame automatically is primed to be assigned mentally to us, and credit automatically is primed to be assigned mentally to her. It's rigged at a subconscious level for her and for us. It's rigged. And I've told you, you only win a rigged game when you don't play it. And if you rig the game to work for you, then you still didn't win. You cheated. That means they cheated. We really got to start being more careful, gentlemen. Because right now, in all honesty, they have no reason to respect us. If I'm going to be honest with you about it, they don't have a reason to respect most men the way that these old ninjas from the boomer generation taught us to behave, and subsequent age groups taught us to behave, which was right in line with what the hell they wanted anyway. Keep trying. Don't ever give up. Get all you can. Don't ever turn nothing down. Do what you got to do to get that booty. Play right into it so that this would be the way it is right now. So, appreciate you all listening. Black Heart, Black Mind, Blackout. Assalamu alaikum, black heterosexual, non-select male power just because they don't like it. And Black Patriarchy until extinction of Judgment Day.